Good evening and welcome to the Town of Acton Selectmen's meeting for April 24th, 2014. First item on the agenda, a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the agenda.
Make a motion, we approve the agenda?
I second it. All in favor? Approval of the minutes of the last meeting?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes of the last meeting?
I second it. All in favor? Old business, we have none. New business, open lawn care bids. All right. Oh, she's got a tool.
Don't need my weapon.
Okay. Morrill and Sons Incorporated, 11 Spruce Lane, Milton Mills, New Hampshire. Lawn care and summer maintenance and cleanup to include mowing, weed whacking at the following: Acton Public Safety Building, Mary Grant Nature Preserve, Lincoln School, Acton Town Hall with spring and fall cleanup, 1st of May 2014 to the 30th of November 2014, and the bid is $4,200. Okay, Ham's Property Service, mowing, weed whacking, removal of brush, fertilizing based on a 10 to 14 day mowing cycle from May through May 2015. Also, the use of 200 pounds of fertilizer as needed. The cost will be $3,700 for the property listed: Acton Town Hall, Acton Public Safety Building, Lincoln School, and Mary Grant property. And there is a certificate of liability insurance included. C&D Landscaping, 153 Back Road, Shapley, Maine. Town Hall mowing, Town Hall weed whacking and picking up trash on property. Public Safety Building mowing and weed whacking and picking up trash. Mowing Lincoln School, mowing, weed whacking and picking up trash. Mowing and weed whacking for the whole season. The unit price is $4,000. This is also to reseed and to lime and mulch in areas where it's needed, clean up at any given time when needed. Payments would be 5 payments of $800 a month starting May 1st, 2013. I also mow the town of Shapley properties. Also, if you have any questions, please call. I have enough insurance. I have $2 million worth of liability. Purple Heart Property Maintenance, Lyman, Maine. Let's see. This project will include mowing, weed whacking areas of Acton Town Hall, Acton Public Safety Building, Mary Grant Nature Preserve, and Lincoln School. Spring and fall cleanup at Acton Town Hall, included is raking, fertilization, removal of tree debris. Okay, 30 days, that's 6 hours per day, get $45. Estimated material cost, $250. Estimated labor hours, 180 hours. Estimated labor cost, $8,100. Total job quote, $8,350. And Yard Dogs Landscaping in Springville, Maine. Spring cleanup, $400, fall cleanup, $350, mow, $75 per mow, fertilizing, $45 per visit. And they just gave several copies of that. There is no total because it doesn't say how many times 75 or how many times 45 for the fertilizer. Oh, wait a minute, there's one for each property, okay. $100 per mow at the Acton Public Safety Building, $475 for spring cleanup, $375 for fall cleanup. Mary Grant, spring cleanup free, fall cleanup free, mow free per year, fertilizing free. Lincoln School, spring cleanup 100, fall cleanup 100, mow $40 per mow, fertilizing $15 per visit. All right, we'll have to get in touch with him. Okay, so we're not going to make a decision tonight. We're going to contact their references and look into their insurance and things like that, and we will vote on that on May 8th at our next Thursday night meeting. Okay. All right, we had a public hearing on Iron Tail Saloon, and we got all the information we needed from them, police report and everything. And we only had one citizen come to the public hearing that was all in favor of their getting their renewal. So,
Make a motion that we grant the liquor license for Iron Tales.
I second it. All in favor? So we just sign on these lines that don't have any?
Sure.
Yeah. Is that the only place we have to sign, Lorraine, this one page?
I believe so. But that's the other previous page. I think that's the only place you sign.
Okay. Okay, so Iron Tales is renewed until May of 2015. Okay, selection of attorney. We had bids from Bergen and Parkinson, Jensen, Baird, Gardner and Henry, Borg and Clegg, and Joe Lankowski. You want to make a motion, and then we can have discussion?
Sure. Sure.
Borg and Clegg,
Yeah.
Joe Lankowski.
Yeah, just make a note. Yeah, okay.
Do one at a time.
Sure. I'll make a motion that we hire Joe Lankowski
Okay, I second it.
as our attorney for land,
Land use.
Land use.
Real estate.
yeah,
All right.
land use and real estate.
Okay, I second that. All in favor? Okay, we're going to be hiring two attorneys. Joe Lankowski specializes in land use and real estate, and so we're going to use Joe for those purposes. And a motion for our general,
I make a motion that we hire Bork and Clegg for our general attorney.
okay, I second it. All in favor? All right, so Borg and Clegg will be doing all the general attorney things for the town, for the selectmen and town clerk and anything else that comes up. And Joe Lankowski will be working with code enforcement and doing all our work with land use issues.
They both were very competitive price-wise, and we've just felt that Lankowski is pretty much an expert and a guru on the land side of things, so we just felt it would be a better choice to hire two attorneys and go that route.
Okay, we have a renewal here for Sanford Regional Communication Center. This is the dispatch center for our sheriff and for our fire and ambulance. So, a motion?
Sure, is that just a renewal of the contract?
Yeah.
Is there a dollar amount on that, or just?
Town shall pay Sanford an annual fee for dispatch and PSAP services in the amount of $7.82 per capita on a population of 2,447, which equals $19,135.54. This fee shall be paid in quarterly installments. So it's a set fee per person that lives in the town.
Okay. Okay. Make a motion that we renew the contract with Sanford Communications Center.
I second it. All in favor? They only asked for one, but we got to do two.
Sure. Just sign below yours, I assume.
Yeah. Okay. Next item on the agenda is Barbara Seeker.
Thank you for letting me come.
Sure.
I'm sure you're very interested in what I have to say.
Always, Barbara, always.
Yes. This is basically about the cable and what's not happening. There aren't very many people in town that are happy with cable. Most of them are very negative. So I have a few suggestions, because there's money there to pay for things that cable needs. I would like to suggest that they get someone in the office that can be there a couple days or whatever, a week, that can listen to people that want to come in and talk about what they would like to see on there and how they'd like to see the cable, perform. And scheduling of programs, like one of the things that could have been done would be have taped the new fire engine, for one thing, and all the aspects that went with that. I don't know if they had a party or if anybody went over to see the new fire engine, but that would have been interesting for the general public to see how their tax dollars are being spent in that department. I would like to see the selectmen's, I don't know how to put it, their discussions be live. How I came to even getting involved in this to begin with.
This is live.
Pardon? No, I don't mean live here. I mean live when you're debating on a particular, let's say we're talking about the attorney and how you want to hire the attorney. How do the various selectmen make a decision? How do you arrive at your decisions?
We all read the information plus see it at the meeting, and tonight was the first time that we voted on it.
Why can't the public view your discussions?
We didn't have any discussions, only the ones we had here.
Okay, that's one thing.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I'm talking about in general. You can always go in executive session if you have something, other than what you're going to be voting on.
Yeah, no, we have 4 hours of service on Thursday night, and whoever comes in that wants to talk to us, we don't have an agenda or anything else, and anybody that wants to come in is welcome to come in.
Okay.
But to have somebody... No, I'm trying to explain what takes place before we have this meeting, every Thursday, we meet, all three of us, with whoever wants to come in and see us. So everybody's welcome to come in and see us, but there's a lot of time that we're just sitting there waiting for somebody to come in, and there isn't anything to be taped, really.
Are either you... Did you ever view what went on in Sanford? At one time they had, it was either 5 or 7 select persons, and they all had their spot. An issue would come up.
Yeah, the town council.
An issue would come up, and they'd all talk about it, and the audience was there, and they participated. They gave their opinion, and then they took a vote. So what I'm saying is, maybe if you went live with your discussions on various things, you might get more people out.
Well, everything that we decide, we do at this meeting. We don't decide anything in the meeting that we have before this. We can't.
How do you arrive at the decision? Is there, now, okay, let me put it to you this way. It looks like you're all agreeing with each other all the time. Out here, there's no opposition to a statement that's being made.
Well, we really haven't disagreed on anything since the three of us have been together.
It's a wonderful group,
I mean, it's like the lawyer was it was a common sense thing after we, read the things last week and the cost and everything else. And the reason we went out for a lawyer was the firm that we had for a very long time suddenly sent us a bill or a notice that they were raising the fee $25 an hour. So that's why we decided to go out to bid, and we discussed the bid here at a meeting, and then we sent the bid out, and then when the bids came, we opened them here at a meeting, and then we made a decision based on what was best for the town from what we heard, and we had, the office can get in touch with all the firms to ask questions that we had and everything, and that's not something they could film either.
You may have thought I was just picking on the lawyer. This is about the lawn maintenance, discussion on Well, anything that's, that you need to talk about that the people should be aware of. You know, how do you arrive at this? Don't you have any discussion that, is anyone, either one of you or Bill, negative to something that's happening?
Not that,
Not usually, no. No, I mean, we,
How do you get to?
Well, like this lawn care thing, we're gonna pass this on to our treasurer, and she's gonna contact them and find out if they have the insurance. They have to file all the insurance with us and everything else. Then we can start deciding, you know, who we're gonna appoint to. But it's also gonna be based, for the most part, with all three of us, it's gonna be based on who's gonna do the job best for the lowest cost, as long as they can provide us with all the proper information. So there's not a lot of discussion that goes on these contract things, so.
Okay.
But the meeting is open to anybody that wants to come in. It
All right,
just
well,
doesn't
we'll
make
let
sense
that
to,
part
it doesn't
of it
make
go.
sense to film for 3 hours in the back room, but anybody that wants to come in, it's an open meeting every Thursday night
Well, I
from
don't know if it
4 to
doesn't
7.
make sense, because if the general public sees you discussing things, they may decide it's time to come in and have some input. Right now, it's like, well, mostly people are saying, geez, the three of them, they agree to everything. I wonder what goes on in the office.
Welcome to come and see us,
Yeah.
every week, it's
Yeah,
open.
but a lot of people aren't going to do that and come to the, well, all right, let's go on to something else then.
Okay.
We were going to start way back when, around our town, and this was going out to interview various people in town that have been here for a long time and maybe have old-time information. Maybe some like Drew and Belinda, you know, Glenn Roberts, they bought the farm up there on the corner of Goose Park. It would have been nice to interview what was at one time and what is now. And I got the information from the lady that owned it for a long time, Ken and Marion, I can't think of their name right now, but I have a list of what it was. And now you can see what it is now, or interview different people on things that they know in town. And then, I guess that's about it, but to get something more lively going on with the cable. And maybe, I don't know what the rules are on, maybe once a month, getting a good movie, like the old-time movies, and putting it on.
You'd
I
have
think
to have
that'd be a
copyright.
yeah, that'd be a copyright issue and a lot of money, I think.
Right,
but-
yeah, right, but you pay, sometimes you have to pay for things that you want. It might be a good idea, you know, get somebody interested in Channel 26, what's the point of having it?
Yeah. We're getting out as much information as we can, and it's an awful lot of hours in a week that we have to fill, and, you know, certain times of the year, we don't have as many meetings. I mean, right now, we're very busy because we had all the warrant and finance with the school and the school budget meeting. You're going to have our budget, we had our budget meeting with all the staff that was on a
No,
Saturday.
I listened to it, but I don't think there are many people in town that listen to it. But that's beside, number one, in relation to things that go on the TV, most of it you can't read, because there's a lot of writing in there, or a lot of printing, and it's so tiny, you can't see it.
You're talking about,
On the cable, what's coming through on the other end.
I don't understand what are you talking about reading on the?
Well,
on-
like, you're advertising for the lawn care.
Oh,
The clip that's on is so tiny, you can't read it.
oh, okay. I don't get the channel,
I
so I
know you
don't, so I don't know. I've never seen the
Do
channel.
you watch it, Ed, at all?
Very little.
Yeah, well,
I don't,
You don't
I
have
have no
the
interest
time.
in watching it.
yeah,
Yeah, I watch what I want to watch on it, and other than that,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we've got, you know, camera people that can go out and do things, but, you know, somebody has to call them up and give them the idea and make, you know, make arrangements
Well,
for them
this
to
is why I
go.
was saying, if you had somebody in the office a couple times a week that would be familiar with things that are happening. The present manager is very, very busy, and he's doing a really good job. But he doesn't have the same kind of time that would allow him to investigate what's happened at such a place, to go and say, this needs to be filmed.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much counting on people to get in touch with us and let us know when they have something that they want to put on, is how we've been operating. you know, when somebody calls up and says they got something going on, like when you would call and say there's something going on in Mary Grant, we send a camera down. The school, when they have something going on, Mike works at the school, so he just takes upon himself to
Right.
film all the activities at the school. But as far as things that are going around, you know, going on around town, all anybody has to do is give us a call here at the town hall and say that this is going on and we'd like a camera there, and we'll send one of the people that do the filming right out to do it.
Well, did you have anything the day the fire truck came in and finally was in use? Was there any kind of a
Well,
brouhaha?
It hasn't gone in service yet, so they're still training on it, whatnot.
Well, then
There
maybe,
hasn't been any sort of a formal,
once it's all done with the paperwork, I mean, there was a lot of things that had to be repaired that, you know, they said they were gonna do in the factory, so it's not even in use yet. So that's why you haven't seen anything about the truck. We've
Okay,
been
well,
dealing
when
with.
it is,
Dealing with the
maybe it's a
manufacturer.
good thing to
Yeah,
have that.
I'm sure
think
they'll
so,
do it,
yeah.
yeah, they'll bring it out and maybe bring it to the school or someplace else and let people come and see it and everything, because it's a pretty amazing truck, but they've been working very hard to get all the bugs out of it before we signed off and paid the final payment on it, so that's why you haven't seen much about the truck yet. And I think they're just starting to train on it too, because everybody that works there has to go through extensive training before they can even operate that truck, because it's all new stuff. It's all brand-new,
Okay.
high-tech, so everybody
got
has
it.
to train. So
I
we're
got
still
it.
using the old
When
trucks.
you're ready, you will. All right, but they have the owls on twice a month on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to have somebody come in and film all the old people, see what they're doing. What, you know, what do they do for activity? Is this the only thing they do, is come out to the owls?
how do they feel about being
That's-
filmed, though?
Pardon me?
How do they feel about being filmed? That's the other side
I
of it.
probably think
You know?
they feel like they were in stardom or something, I don't
Well, I
know.
don't know about that.
I would check with them. If they want us to send a camera in,
Yeah,
we'd be
more
happy
than
to
happy
do
to,
it.
but-
Like if you're gonna have
I'm
a,
just making suggestions.
Yeah, well,
yep.
You've
Yeah.
got to do something to pep up Channel 26, because if you don't, you may as well get rid of it.
I mean, he has an email address too, correct, on the website, on the
Yeah.
town's website, so, you know, folks can send suggestions right directly to him, too.
well, what we
Be
can
great.
do, Barbara, is, I'll talk to Mike and have him come up on our next, Thursday night meeting, which is in 2 weeks, and have the office open, and anybody wants to come up, and if we see an interest, then we can schedule it on a regular basis. If people come up and talk to him and want to, you know, get things filmed and everything, then we'll have a regular schedule where he could be here on the Thursday nights that we have meetings, and people can come and talk to him.
Okay, well
Okay.
then, either you or, when you talk to Mike, ask him if he will ask for people to come in and give their input, because they'll all agree, I think. I don't know, maybe Lorraine might have something to say, but most people will agree it's not worth turning on. I don't like to be the one that's up here negative, because
Yeah.
I
No, I
started
understand.
this thing with, you know, hurrah.
You know, I understand completely, but the only thing I've looked at it as is for it to get the town's information out. Now, if we want to go beyond that, then we have to have the people come and tell us that they want to go beyond that, and all we got to do is ask one of our camera people to go to that event, and we pay them to go, but nobody's requesting us to send them anyplace. If we get the request, we will send them out, as long as it's, you know, non-political and, you know, it's legal for us to film, then we will send somebody out if anybody asks us to. We'd like to put more stuff on, but we just haven't been getting any requests to
Yeah.
film anything else.
Well, it would be good if you could, because,
Yeah.
no too great. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Barbara.
In relation to what Bob was saying, I think one of the things that she mentioned, the Owls group, the Acton ambulance, couple people come to the Owls meetings and take blood pressure. And I think that this would be good if this was televised and people knew that they could get a free blood pressure by coming to the Owls thing, which doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
We don't charge, we have a donation jar if anyone wants to put money in for the lunch or for the coffee or whatever.
Yep.
But we don't charge, so anyone can come and get a free blood pressure from the Acton ambulance.
And if the Owls want the camera there, we'd be happy to send it, but we haven't had the request for it. And I know from the couple of hours I went to, people are just sitting down having conversations with each other, and I don't think that's something that they want to have filmed. But if you're doing something special, like the ambulance coming in, or if you have a guest speaker or something like that that you want to put on TV, then just call in and ask us, and we'll send somebody in. They'll just film the guest speaker, because you do have guest speakers come in, correct? Not anymore? I know last year you did.
Any guest speakers,
Oh, okay. I know you did last year. Yeah.
Maybe somebody off the cuff.
But, yeah, I mean, if they want somebody to come in, anybody that's asked us, we've sent cameras out to film. So we'd be happy to do that. And we'll try having Mike come in one night and see if anybody comes in to talk to him about it. All right? Okay. Any other business? Anybody else? No?
I'll put that with the lawn care that's speaking for.
Okay.
the company.
That's for yard dogs, okay. All right, we've got notice of amounts adopted at the town meeting for voters at the school budget validation referendum. This is a notice that will be posted all over town. The total amount is $5,096,253. And this will be voted on Tuesday, April 29th at the Town Hall. The polls are open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So please come down and vote for the $5,096,253 school budget. And it was approved at the town meeting, and now it's up to the voters whether it gets final approval and goes through to the taxpayers.
Town of Acton voters take notice. The state of Maine primary and local municipal elections will be held on Tuesday, June 10th, 2014. The polls will be open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Acton Town Hall, 35 H Road. Please note, because this is a state primary election, you will only receive the primary ballot for the party you are enrolled in as of May 23rd, 2014, Republican, Democrat, or Green Party. If you are unenrolled, you will have the choice to either not participate in the primary election or to declare a party on election day. If you declare a party on election day, you must stay enrolled in that party for a minimum of 90 days. To any current Republican, Democrat, or Green Independent voters, if you want to change parties, you must do so no later than 4 p.m. on Friday, May 23rd, 2014. All voters, regardless of party or their unenrollment status, will receive a municipal ballot. If you have any questions, please contact the town clerk at 636-3131, extension 401, or townclerk@actonmaine.org.
Again, school budget election, April 29th at the Town Hall. Polls open at 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Also want to let everybody know the annual report is available here at the Town Hall. If anybody wants a copy of the annual report, please come down and get one. And I think that's it.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I second it. All in favor?